Republican Traitor ousted for what they helped Wasserman'S crooked Muslim worker take from U.S. While most of us are preoccupied with a sleazy Hollywood mogul molesting and raping amoral women who just sat silently for decades while other women became victims, what may very well be the biggest cover-up in congressional history might be slipping right through our fingers. Disgraced Democrat representative from Florida and former DNC chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz's former IT aide, Imran Awan, pleaded not guilty in September to multiple federal felony charges of bank fraud and conspiracy. But sadly, most Americans have no idea because the mainstream media has largely ignored the story because we know the drill. It doesn't involve Republicans, President Trump, nor his family and friends. Imran Awan list of accomplishments: stole terabytes of information from House servers and claimed it was somehow his child's homework. Got paid 3 times more than average for an IT worker, yet spent most of his time in Pakistan. Had multiple police reports for beating women, with some saying he was holding them captive. Used congressional credit office to buy 6 or 7 homes. Owned all kinds of businesses, from a fancy sports car dealership to realty companies. Many gone bankrupt. Ordered over $100,000 of computer equipment with government funds and had them sent to his home. Stole equipment from Congress. Was banned from the House computer network. Logged into House computers 5,400 times illegally. Got all his family and his friends who got fired from McDonald's on the payroll as IT staff. I mean, you know, the list is on and on. I mean, just that alone, got fired from McDonald's and got hired and as an IT staffer. They all learned on the job, and nobody has any evidence they actually showed up for work or did any IT. Threatened people and bragged of being able to have people tortured. Sent large amounts of money to Pakistan, some going to Pakistan law enforcement. Used many different aliases and was caught with faked ID under a different name. Took money from a convicted criminal affiliated with terrorists. Yet, not a word from the leftist American mainstream media and their cohorts. If you go online and do a Google or Bing news search of the name Imran Awan, you will barely see any results unless you go to Fox News. The only other news agencies that's actually reporting on this is the Daily Caller. A search of CNN's website for the name Imran Awan doesn't offer any results since August 1st, and MSNBC's site doesn't offer any reporting on this topic whatsoever. The New York Times website hasn't had a story featuring Awan since late July, while the Washington Post and Associated Press have published 1 story each since the beginning of September. Fox 13 reports Representative Scott Perry calls data transfer from former Wasserman Schultz's aide a substantial security threat. Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania Republican Rep. Scott Perry called the, quote, massive data transfers on government servers by a former IT aide to Democratic Florida Rep. Debbie Wasserman Schultz a substantial security threat at an informal hearing of Republican House members on Capitol Hill Tuesday, according to a Fox News report. Imran Awan pleaded not guilty in September to multiple federal charges, including bank fraud and conspiracy. A grand jury had returned an indictment in August in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, charging Imran Awan and his wife, Ina Alvi, with a total of 4 charges. Perry, a member of the Homeland Security Subcommittee on Cybersecurity, said Tuesday that the House of Inspector General tracked the network usage of Awan and his associates on House servers and found that a massive amount of data was flowing from the networks. Awan and other IT aides for the House Democrats had been on investigators' radar for months over concerns of possible double billing, alleged equipment theft, and access to sensitive computer systems. Most lawmakers fired Awan in February, but Wasserman Schultz had kept him on until his arrest in July. According to Perry, more than 5,700 logins by the 5 Awan associates were discovered on a single server within the House, and 5,400 of those logins appeared unauthorized. That server, Perry said, belonged to then Democratic Representative Xavier Becerra, who is now Attorney General in California. Where else, right? Perry said a criminal investigation by Capitol Police began after the House Office of Inspector General reported its findings into Awan and his associates last year. The congressman said Capitol Police determined that an image they asked Imran Awan to provide was falsified, believing it to be a deliberate attempt to conceal the activities that they knew were against House policy and the law. Perry also discussed how Capitol Police recovered a bag with a laptop featuring Wasserman Schultz's initials from a phone booth after midnight in the Rayburn building about 2 months after House investigators barred Awan and his coterie or whatever from access to House computer networks. The indictment itself addresses separate allegations that Awan and his wife engaged in a conspiracy to obtain home equity lines of credit from the Congressional Federal Credit Union by giving false information about 2 properties and then sending the proceeds to individuals in Pakistan. The case has put renewed scrutiny on Wasserman Schultz for keeping Awan on the payroll for months, even after a criminal investigation was revealed and he was barred from the House IT network. Unbelievable. In a recent interview published in the Sun Sentinel, Wasserman Schultz blamed the right-wing media circus fringe for the attention on Awan. Are you kidding me? The former head of the Democratic National Committee has suggested it's all part of an effort to distract from the investigation of Russian meddling in the 2016 campaign and possible ties to President Trump's team. Oh boy, it only gets better, huh? After Awan was arrested at Dulles Airport in Virginia trying to board a plane to Pakistan, attorney Christopher Gowan told Fox News that federal authorities have no evidence of misconduct by Awan relating to his IT duties. Please ask yourself, if this was a Republican scandal, would we have a total media blackout today? Would everyone be so worried about a Hollywood sicko that nothing would be reported on this? Or would we be seeing articles left and right about how Paul Ryan was trying to cover up a mess like this? Which brings me to the biggest question to date. As Speaker of the House, why wasn't Ryan aware of this? And why is he also keeping quiet now? Please share if you want to get to the bottom of this mess. I mean, are you kidding me? Absolutely nothing nothing. You know, it's true. Basically, there's no media coverage on Awan, really. Any new coverage. I mean, this is outrageous. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.